Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's Wednesday, the 8th day of February. Today, National Boy Scouts Day. I wish they sold cookies, because I just like the cookies. National Iowa Day today. That's Heidi's home state, by the way, so happy Iowa
Sure
Day. Heidi.
is.
How are you going to celebrate?
I probably won't say.
Oh, okay. National Kite Flying Day. You know who's a big fan of flying a kite?
You are. I have a great video of you flying a kite or attempting to fly a kite.
It wasn't breezy enough.
It's one of my favorite videos
It's just a
ever.
video that she took from the second floor of a house we used to live in of me in the backyard trying to get a kite to go in the air, miserably failing.
Oh my God.
And then she finally knocks on the window and I realize I'm being recorded. It was not a good look. Got a guest today joining me. Her name is Johanna Siegman, and she's got a new book coming out. It's called In Good Company. It comes out later this month. We're going to talk about it today because it's a fundraiser, and it's a really cool thing that she's doing. It's a photo book of people, many of them celebrities, with their dogs. It is a cool book, a really cool book. I'm excited to chat with her all about it coming up.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. You've heard of using white noise machines to help you get a night's sleep. How about green noise?
Green noise?
Yeah, sleep experts say green noise is one of the least talked about variations of white noise, but it's seen a 425% search interest increase in the last 5 years. So what is it, you might ask? Go ahead and ask.
What is it, John?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, white noise, examples of static and things like that, is spread across the sound spectrum, featuring both low and high frequencies. And brown noise focuses on deeper sounds. Sleep expert Martin Seeley explains that green noise is a variation of white noise in the middle of the spectrum. But as the name suggests, many of the sounds are what we would consider nature. Think of like ocean waves. Think of the other green noise like waterfalls.
I guess I thought ocean waves was white noise.
Gentle forest soundscapes.
So they mean just nature sounds
if you're
or
struggling
green noise.
with stress in everyday life, green noise is said to help restore a sense of calm.
I agree with that
So
completely.
if you're
But I thought
interested-
it was called white noise.
I've got a link to send you to if you're interested. You can find that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know a Florida man recently won $1 million with a lottery? But this is the cool part. After a stranger cut in front of him at the lottery ticket machine.
That's awesome. That serves that person right.
Yeah, Steven Munzo Espinoza said to the lottery officials that he stopped at a public supermarket in his hometown, Delray Beach in Florida, after a long day, but did not let the line-cutting stranger get to him. He decided, you know what, I'll just get a ticket at the counter instead. There, he purchased the 500x the cash, so 500 times the cash scratch-off game, and to his surprise,
That's fantastic.
it was a winner, $1 million. So that's kind of cool.
Instant karma there.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's really, really neat. So we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Kim Kardashian's daughter, Northwest, is heading to the big screen, breaking into the acting game. The same flick that her mom has a part in, 9-year-old, has been cast for Paw Patrol, the mighty movie, lending her voice alongside Mama, Kim Kardashian, who's reprising her role as Dolores from the 2021 film. Hulk Hogan is left with no feeling now in his lower body. The wrestler, 69-year-old ring legend, made a surprise appearance at the 30th anniversary of Raw in Philadelphia recently. But according to Kurt Angle, He's hiding the serious impacts of a recent back surgery. Apparently, he's in a really, really rough shape.
Oh my gosh.
Says he can't feel anything, like in his lower body. Hulk's daughter, Brooke Hogan, revealed that her dad underwent 25 surgeries now in the last decade. So, for those of you who say wrestling is fake, it does real damage to your body, let me tell you. I had a chance to meet several wrestling legends who've been pretty banged up. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. I could see this being a problem. A powerful new artificial intelligence chatbot known as ChatGPT has passed law exams now in 4 courses at universities. Since it became available in November, now I was told it was early December, but apparently it was last November, ChatGPT has been used to generate original essays and stories and song lyrics. Users have also had it draft research papers that were able to fool some scientists and to pass an exam at prestigious business school now. A growing number of educators are expressing concerns about the impact of ChatGPT on students and their ability to cheat easily on assignments. Some companies are also using the technology, but with the varying levels of success. News outlet CNET recently was forced to issue corrections on a number of articles after they used a different AI tool to help write the stories. And then when it was all said and done, the stories didn't necessarily make sense. So
yeah, I'm terribly concerned about all of this technology. It's not going to end well.
I've got a couple of additional stories here. I'm going to get to this one.
And then how would you like somebody who passed law school with this technology being the one that's defending you in court and then they don't know what they're doing?
If they've got that tool available to them. So as the craze continues to gather speed, some researchers are warning that artificial intelligence could someday, quote, go rogue. Do you think?
Yeah.
I can think of a few different movies that told us that's happening, resulting in an existential threat to humanity that might even cause humans to go extinct. So now we're talking worst case scenario here, of course. It needs to be regulated like nuclear weapons, they're saying. Michael Cohen, a doctoral student at Oxford, said, with superhuman AI, there is a particular risk that is a different sort of class, which is it could kill everyone.
Yep.
His colleague Michael Osborne, who teaches machine learning at the university, UK university, forecasts that advanced AI could pose just as much a risk to us as it has posed to other species, like the dodo, for example. So.
This is all a very, very bad idea.
I don't think they're blaming the extinction of the dodo on AI, but they're just talking about this type of risk. So, weird stuff. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with our guest today. Johanna Siegman is the author of a book called In Good Company, and you've got some really neat people that you had a chance to photograph with their dogs. And again, this is just neat. Ed Begley Jr., Ed Asner, Dee Wallace. I mean, the list goes on. Norman Lear, a bunch of people you had a chance to do photographs with. And there's a reason behind this. This is to help a nonprofit. Let's talk a little bit about that.
In Good Company is really about being in the presence of somebody that you love and the relationships. That the images are really unlike any other pet portraits that people might see. You hear pet portraits and you think man and dog or man, whatever. And these are about the relationship between them. So I think it's part of like the bigger picture of loving, expressing that love towards the world and towards each other. And I approached a pet protection project, which is the charity that I am supporting with the proceeds from this book. And they are a wolf rescue because wolves are an apex predator that is being endangered because of misunderstandings about their behavior. And it's a combination of things having to do with ranchers grazing on public lands and stuff like that.
I love that. And as I'm flipping through here, these photos, I bet you had a blast taking them, because just the one that made it in the book, and I'm sure, this wasn't you show up, you click a button, it takes a second, and you're done. I mean, you had to spend some time to make these photos. They're more than photos. They're artwork, but it's just
Thank you.
Every single one of them, you captured such a great moment, and I guarantee you the people in these photos have to love them.
Yes. And you are absolutely right. I do not show up until we have a concept. And that's a really, really big deal for me. So sometimes it's right away. I'll come up with something that there's a whole intake of information. So these are a little bit labor intensive to create. And I do a lot of intake. I ask about their hobbies and their relationship with the pet. What's the pet like? I get a lot of information. And then through the magic that is creativity, the image pops into my head. And once we agree on the image, I create an entire environment around them. And yes, everybody, because it represents a specific thing between that person and that pet, they're all different. Even if it's everybody with a dog, they're all different because people's relationships with their dog is different, or with everybody's relationship with their particular pet is represented in these photos.
And one of my favorites on here, now it's probably partially because before he passed away, we had a chance to visit with Ed Asner, but as I look at this photo with his dog, I can't imagine a more perfect dog for Ed Asner to have. It is just,
right?
this image, it is so fun. Like this should be a giant painting on a wall somewhere. It should be a giant image on a wall. It is artwork.
Thank you. Yeah, and there's a lot of humor. I try to, because I think, at least in my experience, the relationship with our pets is one of joy. A lot of pictures are very, moving or tender, but most of them are humorous because that's what we do. We laugh with our animals and they comfort us and they're our companions. And that's what I tried to get with each of these. And when he saw the final picture, he laughed and laughed. He loved it. The same thing with Norman Lear. We were chatting and he said, well, what kind of photography do I do? People with their pets. He goes, that wouldn't work. I hate my pets. And I'm like, I've got the perfect idea for you. And when I told him, he loved it. So we did this photo. He had it printed. He has it outside his office at his home. He sent me an email. He had his assistant call to thank me. Then he called me personally and said, I looked at this picture and I can't get over this picture. So it's meaningful to the person, and the moment that I capture is something that resonates really deeply with the owners of these pets because it's something that they recognize about their relationship with it.
It's fun for us to take a little peek into that moment as well, into their life through that one little moment. And I love that you're doing this for an amazing charity as well. I think that's really, really cool.
Thank you.
Well, the book is available right now. It's In Good Company, Notable People with Their Pets. Johanna, thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much. It's available at all online booksellers like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and it will be officially released on Love Your Pet Day, February 20th, but it's available now for pre-order.
And I'll throw a link to it to make it easy to find. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
In Good Company. We've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are 10 towns named Hollywood in the United States. There's that famous one, and then there's 9 others. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, I know of several. So I didn't know there were 10, but yeah, several Hollywoods out there. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It is illegal to purchase or to consume Jack Daniel's whiskey in the town where it is produced, in Lynchburg, Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah, it's a dry county, so you can't buy or drink Jack Daniel's where they make Jack Daniel's. That's kind of weird, isn't it? And one more fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
When tea was made available in bags, it was intended to be removed from the bag by customers, but they found it easier to brew the tea in the bag without removing it.
Yeah, I knew that one. I think that's really a neat story.
I remember reading that story. There was a lady she was a seamstress, and she made the bags for her husband to give people little samples of the tea.
Yeah.
And then they ended up dipping it in the tea, and then they're like, yeah, I want more of those single servings.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really cool.
No, I think so too. It's great.
All right, several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. I got a question for you, Heidi.
Okay.
12% of single women say this is the number one deal breaker on a first date. What is it?
Being picked up in a messy vehicle.
She's looking at the screen today. That is so unfair. I just realized I've got the screen turned in such a way she can see it. Yes, the answer is being picked up in a dirty or messy vehicle. So there you go. It's the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A&W Restaurants recently announced their mascot, Rudy, the Great Root Bear, is going to start wearing pants. The Post, a joking reference to the recent decision by the makers of M&Ms to put their spokes candies on an indefinite pause after media complained about the green M&M's character was now wearing tennis shoes instead of go-go boots. Anyway, that whole thing became a big thing. So A&W tweeted, in part, now we get it. Even a mascot's lack of pants can be polarizing. But the joke was on them because they assumed the announcement was serious and reported on it as another sign of woke police cancel culture run amok. Eventually, A&W felt obligated to clarify things, tweeting, "Is now a good time to mention this is a joke?" So, yeah, there you go. I think that
people just get way too worked up.
Everybody's getting all worked. It's a mascot. It's a cart. Okay, whatever.
But even still, leave the mascots alone. They're the mascots for a reason.
Since Heidi is the mascot of the John and Heidi Show, she will wear shoes and she will wear pants from now on. Okay.
Pants.
Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Best dog breeds for families. A survey of 10 expert websites for pets say, I'm going to start down here. There's a tie for number 5. An Irish setter and a poodle. That's according to that, the 5th best. Either one of those would be the 5th best dog for a family. Number 4 is a French bulldog. Apparently that's a pretty good. Number 3, the beagle. Positively adorable, definitely kid appropriate. Beagles are merry, friendly, and curious. Number 2, also a tie, Golden Retriever and Labrador Retriever, both famous for their happy dispositions. And the number 1, according to pet expert websites, the number 1 breed for families is a mutt/rescue. Shelter workers spend their days caring for dogs, so they know about the ins and outs of each dog's personality and habits. So, what do you think, Heidi? Our dog did not make the list.
She didn't, but she should have.
Yeah, well,
she's pretty amazing.
She's a rescue. We rescued her from a pet store.
We sure did.
All right, the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now now at mintervention.com. That's mintervention.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Quote today is from Miles Kington, who said, "Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad."
That is true.
That's actually a pretty cool quote.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't even know that tomato is a fruit. It's because it's got the seeds inside and yada, 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 the way it is. So it's actually a fruit.
Right, but you would not want it in a fruit salad.
No, you would not want that in a fruit salad. That is your quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com, and I love this story. 28 people form a human chain to rescue a dolphin from a creek. How cool is that? Clearwater, Florida. Brittany Baldarchi, I don't know if I said that right, I hope I did, a senior rescue biologist with Clearwater Marine Aquarium, said neighbors called about a dolphin swimming alone in the creek January 1st. A team from the aquarium monitored the dolphin for about 18 days, and he did not leave the creek. It posed a potential long-term problem for the animals, such as isolation from other dolphins and an increased risk of harassment and human interaction. So they determined that the animal's best interest would be for them to intervene and help this animal, this dolphin, get out of that particular area. To get the dolphin back into open water, to swim through a small opening under a bridge, the dolphin seemed afraid to go through this opening.
Oh, okay.
So it's where they were like, okay, how do we do this? Well, a team of 28 rescuers formed a human chain to create a visual and sound barrier for the animal to go under this thing safely towards Tampa Bay. The goal was not to put hands on the animal at all. The goal was to just be a barrier.
Just to guide it.
Yeah, that was novel to the animal. So we wanted to create a physical barrier, just as an auditory barrier. So we had somebody behind us that was banging on a boat, revving the engine, splashing the water.
Directing the dolphin in
moving
the direction they wanted it to go.
Exactly. And it worked. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Human
it's
chain.
Nice of them to care.
Saving a dolphin. So, and when have dolphins saved us? Well, there is that documentary Flipper from back in the day. So, what was that? Not a documentary? Oh, okay. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.